Okay, we're just going to wait a minute for more people to join. Sometimes it takes a little while. I should play music or something during this time, right? All right, but we'll give them just a little bit. We've started our timer going. Yes, isn't that funny? How old-fashioned that is, but it's kind of cool. I've timed it out. That's 59 minutes, and I'm sorry, that's 60, almost 61 minutes. So it's a minute long, but that's pretty interesting. Okay, so let's get started. It's 10:02. We're gonna set our little timer, our little stopwatch, and we're gonna begin. Okay, so hey everyone, welcome to our session. This is Facebook ads for real estate. Today we're going to be doing an extensive dive into modern day advertising on Facebook. You ever wonder how do we get those ads? And it seems frustrating. You're trying to promote an ad or boost a post, and you get rejected, or you find that you're not getting the right audience, and you're disappointed in what it's getting to. Well, guess what? We're going to review all that today so that you're no longer disappointed. Okay, so a lot has changed over the last 2 years for Facebook. They've really changed their algorithm. They've changed the way that they're doing ads and what they're allowing. So we're going to get right into that. But first, check yourself in. So if you're on your mobile phone, again, you can just take a screenshot of that and do this later. Send it to yourself on your computer, and then check in with your mobile. Um, there's a reason that we do this. And by the way, the only thing that you'll need today is your mobile phone. You won't need anything else. Well, let me see if we've gotten notifications from more people. Yeah. Okay, good. All right. So you really won't need anything else. You can do everything on that. The reason that we have you do this and scan in through the QR code or visit me here is because that's the way we get you stuff later on. Because there's different little giveaways that we give depending upon the class. And right now we have, I think, 6 or 7 up on our YouTube channel. Although altogether we've got, I think, 11 or 12 classes at this point that we've put together and given. But a lot of times it'll come with checklists, different things that you can use, different websites that you can visit, and we'll give you that. Plus, this allows you, we don't market to you like crazy. We don't do any of that. Basically, the only thing we tell you is, hey, guess what? We're doing a class on X. You want to join? That's it. So scan your QR code then, and you can scroll down. When you do check in, it'll give you some classes that you'll see that we give that you can go through, and just click on Facebook ads, and you'll be able to get the handouts and any other follow-up that you need. We're doing this for Alpha Marketing Academy because we partner with them with Alpha Abstract, so we call it Alpha Marketing Academy, because they have a true appreciation of the business that you've given them. They like to help invest in you, and pretty much it says it right here on the mantra. Helping real estate agents grow their brand on social media using the most relevant content, tips, and tools available, leading to warm leads and sales conversions. And a lot of that says as a result of consistent market visibility. When we met together, we kind of shared that together. How it's very easy for someone, there's other mortgage companies and title companies. They'll say, sure, we'll help you pay for your Facebook ads or your Zillow ads or your realtor.com ads. And quote unquote, you give them leads, well, suppose they find someone who can guarantee them more leads. They're going to pull it and give it to them. Where does that leave you? So what we always try and do is find ways for you to get this on your own so that you're not dependent on anyone else. And that's really my goal, other than finding some good partners with this too. So they want to invest back in you just like I do. All right, so let's talk about today's session. Let me make sure there's no one else trying to join. Okay. Reintroducing ads, understanding ads. So number 1 and 2 are understanding why Facebook ads are important to you in today's modern digital age. Creating effective ads in real estate, optimizing how to optimize those ads, and best practices for creating compelling ads. And in the recap, we're actually going to show you some ads that we've done or that other people have done, some examples that you can actually follow, step-by-step instructions. That's what we do. So let's start with number 1, reintroducing Facebook ads. So I want you to completely scrap any idea you had about Facebook ads from the past, and get ready to learn the new guidelines that actually started in 2023 and have carried forward into the future. Okay, so the first thing you're asking yourself is, why should I be spending money on advertising my content on Facebook? Good question. Why should I advertise my listings online? Well, here's a few great reasons. Number 1, expanding your reach. Um, Facebook is the largest and still leading social media platform. I mean, look at this, 3.07 billion monthly, not yearly, monthly active users. And so Facebook's an excellent platform to reach a really wide audience. And that's as of October 2024. So it has an expansive reach and integration across the Meadow universe, uh, sphere, whatever you want to call it, ecosystem, whatever you like to call it. It's a great platform to really reach the masses and build your brand awareness. Well, all that is great, that when you put stuff on Facebook, you get likes and shares. As a realtor, what the most important thing really is going to be and that Facebook allows you to do, is to target your audience. So when you target people who are actually looking to buy a home, sell a home, do whatever it is that you need them to do to increase your sales, to view your content, this is one of the best ways to get that done, meaning Facebook. So the great thing about Facebook ads is that you can target local customers. So it's not just your ads going out to anything. You can target, I think, as little as a 10-mile radius. You can go out to 50-mile radius. But you can target your audience based on specific characteristics, including their location, their interests, their behaviors, and so much more. So Facebook has a tremendous array of options so users can tailor their clients who are more likely to be interested in your services. For instance, if you want to target potential buyers in a specific location, they can help you do that. You can set ads to do just that. Targeted advertising can help you save time and money by ensuring that the ads that you're putting out are reaching specifically the right audience members. You can get a positive ROI, return on investment. So Facebook ads almost certainly can ensure that you'll gain traction and see your return on the investment if used correctly. And we show you how to do that if they're created properly, which we'll get into shortly, as I said. With that information, you can make data-driven decisions to see what's working and ensure that your budget is being well spent and used effectively, where it counts. And to get the results that you're looking for, you can track metrics such as impressions, clicks, leads, and conversions to successfully tailor your ads to your specific audience, to the audience that you think will use your services. Okay, so let's talk about the process. Like we said earlier, there's a lot that goes into crafting a compelling ad, right? So let's break that down to steps, because again, what we like to do, excuse me, I'm going to adjust this for a little bit. We like to do is step-by-step instructions. We don't just give you theory on stuff. That would take 20 minutes, and that's great, and has its place. But it's always frustrating for me that when I see that stuff, I'm like, okay, but how do I do it? What's step one? What's step two? What do I need to look for? What's the bonus stuff in there? So that's what we try and give you in all of our classes. Okay, so Facebook ads work by allowing advertisers to create targeted ads and then displaying them to specific audiences on Facebook. Here's a brief overview of how Facebook ads work. So there's ad creation. You're going to choose from various ad formats, including images, video, carousels, and much more. You're going to do that in using Facebook Ads Manager, which is a platform designed for creating, managing, and tracking Facebook ads. Uh, so, like I said, you can do a lot more with that. Targeting advertisers. You can target specific groups based on location, their interests, their behaviors. You can base it on factors such as gender. Um, the targeting allows, and to some degree, you can't really target the age groups, but what you can do is see later on which age groups are responding to specific ads. It does break that down. So again, this allows you to reach who you want to, reach the right people, people who are likely to take action and respond to your brand and to your advertising. And you do this also through an ad auction. Each ad that you create is entered to an auction. How do I describe this? When an advertiser creates an ad, it's entered to the auction where it competes through the algorithm, basically, with other ads. I mean, you're not the only one who's going to be advertising, your listing or, your sales technique or what you can do for people to an audience. You're not the only realtor that's going to be doing that. I'm not the only mortgage person that's going to be doing that. When you do this auction, Facebook will determine the winner. It does so through its algorithm. You compete through the algorithm with other ads targeting the same audience, right? So your ad has to be compelling. It has to give information. It has to be something that would interest people. Facebook determines the winner and based on the ad's relevance and the advertiser's bid. So as you know, like I said, you're not going to be the only realtor doing this. We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. Okay, so continuing on, ad placement. Ads appear in different places, right? Once an ad is won the auction, Facebook displays it to the targeted audience. Ads can appear in various places on Facebook, not all the places that you might think. So, including the news feed, which is again, that someone's scrolling through their news feed, which you see all the time, as they normally would, or on the right-hand side of the screen, or even in the Facebook Marketplace and through Messenger. So there's a lot of different places now that it'll appear. So if you notice when you're doing DMs now, people are going to see ads start to appearing soon, if they haven't already. I don't think I've seen them yet, but yeah, you're going to start seeing those targets. So you have the choice that you can choose the placement if you want, but frankly, I'd probably let the algorithm do it because it knows where to place a specific ad to reach the target audience that you're trying to reach. Um, you'll get more clicks letting them do it than you would on your own usually. Okay, ad optimization here. So advertisers can monitor the performance to their ads and make changes so that you can improve your ads as you go through time and get better effectiveness with it. They can adjust targeting, the ad copy, other, the videos, the pictures, whatever you need to optimize your campaign and get better results. You can change it throughout time. And lastly, you'll have access to ad reporting. Facebook provides advertiser with a ton of data. I mean, just an immense amount of data on how your ads are performing, including metrics such as impressions, clicks, conversions. Advertisers can use this data. You can use the data to measure the success of your campaign and make decisions based on that data. Am I reaching who I want to reach? Am I reaching close to who I want to reach? How do I tweak this? It really gives you a ton of stuff to use that you don't get from. I mean, listen, a lot of times we place ads and at different places, and we're not sure if it's working or not. And do we spend that money? Do we not spend this money? You'll get to know through doing this who you're reaching, how you're reaching them, how they're responding. Are they clicking on it for 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 50 seconds? You'll get to know all that. And that's really, really very valuable. Okay, so that was a lot so far, right? But that's only the beginning. So let's get that out of the way. It's time to get started. You'll need a few things though before you get started. Before you start crafting and running ads, here's what you'll need. First of all, you'll need a Facebook business page. If you don't have one, you'll need to get one. Ads can only be run through a Facebook business page. So again, you'll need an ads manager account so you can create one on your business page. I actually just did mine not too long ago, and I'm still in the process of doing it. And that's very, very helpful, that ads manager account. You'll do almost everything through it. And you'll have to figure out a budget. Figure out what you're willing to spend. It's particularly in the beginning, don't go out on a limb. Don't use your last dollar. Don't go hog wild in the beginning. Hone your craft a little bit. Get an idea of what you're going to need, or what you're willing to spend before you get any money back. Do you want to spend $10 a day, $15 a day? Do you want to run it for 8 to 10 days, 14 days, 30 days? It depends. But get an idea of what you can spend. Put a budget aside for this. Understand that it's going to take a little while. It will be effective. You'll get better at it. You will get a response. But it takes a while for it to actually work. Okay, so let's dive into section 2. Let's gain a deeper understanding of all the different types of ads that you can do on Facebook. Okay, so on Facebook, there's 3 basic ways. There's more, but there's 3 basic ways of creating ads, including manual ads, automatic ads, and of course, there's boosted posts, which most of us are familiar with. Here's a brief overview of each of them. So manual ads are ads that you create manually using the Facebook Ads Manager. With manual ads, you have full control. You can create the vertical, you can control the horizontal. Sorry, that's an old Twilight Zone thing. But you'll have full control over the ads, creative elements, in terms of including uploading which video, creating captions, setting the audience, targeting and bidding, all that stuff. This type of ad creation is not ideal for the beginner. I mean, if you have experience in doing this, and this is maybe a refresher course for you, or an attempt to learn some additional stuff, then maybe you can do this. But it's more for experienced advertisers who know exactly what they're looking for and how to kind of go about it, and who want really complete control over what they're doing. If you've run ads in the past, then yeah, maybe you can do something like that, and this is your desired path. So there's automatic ads, which also are called dynamic ad creation. So where you literally use Facebook's machine, their algorithm, their learning algorithms, to create and deliver ads automatically. So it makes it very easy. Again, created in the Ads Manager. With automatic ads, Facebook automatically selects the best ad format, images, targeting options based on what your goals are, and your target audience, and also with who is connected with you in the past. So it incorporates all of that. This type of ad is ideal for those of us who want to save time, don't have the time to learn all the different nuances, and just kind of want to get this out there with some control and get some feedback. So this is great to use in the beginning as well. It's ideal for time saving. Um, Boosted posts. Many of us are familiar with this, right? So boosted posts are regular posts that you pay to reach a larger audience. Maybe you have a post in the past that's done well, that's got some traction, and you got a bunch of likes and stuff on there, and you want to reach a different audience or a larger audience. This takes the least amount of time. You can just select one from your Facebook page and pay to promote it and reach a wider audience. So this is, again, if you're looking kind of organic growth, this is a good way to promote that. If you have a piece of content, like we said, that did well, that's something you can see how it does when you boost it and what kind of ROI you can get back on that. And you want to find out more about those people who did click on it. You can do that with that. So now, as with any great thing that generates a positive return on investment, ROI, they usually come with rules. And Facebook has come up with a number of rules recently that really affect specifically the real estate and mortgage industry. One particular rule to pay attention to is the special ad category. Yeah, special ad categories on Facebook is a special category designed for advertisers who are creating ads related to credit, employment, and in our case, housing. Well, in my case, both credit and housing. And it also has a category there for social issues, politics, and elections, which I think we've had enough of that. So, but this category is intended to help prevent discrimination, basically, and ensure that all users have equal access to housing-related ads and issues. This is likely the biggest category, and Facebook is really, really concerned with fair lending and equal housing enforcement. They're worried, listen, they have people to answer to too. They don't want to get the government on them. So here's a snippet directly from the Meta Help Center that describes the type of ads related to housing that must be declared as a special ads category. I'm going to read it to you really fast, okay? As a promoter directly linked to a housing opportunity or related service, including but not limited to listings for the sale of rental or the home or an apartment, homeowners insurance, mortgage insurance, mortgage loans, housing repairs. That's kind of odd. And home equity or appraisal services. This does not include ads designed to educate the consumers. Yet I will tell you that I've had ads rejected just trying to educate the consumer on housing providers about their rights and responsibilities under the Fair Housing Law. So you can include equal opportunity housing logo and slogans and to differentiate your ads as non-discriminatory. Okay, so if you're a realtor in the mortgage industry, you will have to make sure that you select a special ad category, specifically, see if anyone's trying to get, okay. Specifically, I'm sorry, in the housing category, before you send your ad in for approval to post, which we'll get into the, how you do that later. And I'll again, if you DM me or I'll try and do this when it's on YouTube, to put in a link or to show you where that specialized category is and what to do. If you want to read all of this, I'll put that link in somewhere so that you know what you have to do. All right, once you've declared your ad, it's time to define your target audience. So this has changed recently as well. Before, you were able to target just about everybody. They really had very few limitations on what you could do and how you differentiated between. Well, guess what? It's changed. But now there's a number of limitations. So let's kind of review them. So let's take a look at what type of targeting options are restricted and what's available to you. So what you can't target is the following criteria: age, gender, zip or postal code, but you can do mileage. So that's interesting. That's kind of a way you get around it. Exclusion targeting. You can't say, well, I'm going to do it to this group, this group, this group. I'm not really interested in that group. Can't really do that. Lookalike audiences and some interests and behaviors you can't target. What you can target is location in county, region, state, city. You can just do a pin drop within 10, 15 miles, all the way up to 50 miles, which is helpful. Your age category is now 18 to 65. What happens if you're over 65? You can do detailed targeting. You can do some interest, like people that are just looking for apartments or condominiums, or they just want investments, first-time buyers, for sale by owners, and interest in a specific house. So there's many other effective ways that with consumers that you can target. And that's, under detailed targeting and interest, that's where you'll find that. And we'll show you where to find that too. We're going to speak about how you select those in just a little bit later on in the presentation. But first, halfway there. All right. So are we halfway there? Yeah, just about. All right. So in section 3, we're going to walk through how to make an effective ad, an appealing ad, step by step on Facebook. Okay. Before we craft that ad, though, let's break up the content knowledge you have gotten so far with a little fun statistic. So, did you know that Facebook ads can reach 40% of all internet users? That's all, not just some, all. So whether you're on YouTube, Google, whatever you're on, Facebook ads use that, and that's how they reach it. So that's pretty interesting. So, like if you're saying, hey, Facebook is not my primary platform. I'm an Instagram person. I like IG. Yeah, that's my thing. That's how I want to reach out to my clients. Or, I'm like, I love YouTube. So if you're that way and you're saying, why would I do that? That's why. And for those of you who took the Google class, which by the way is the first class I would take if I was a new realtor or new in any business actually that revolves around sales, that in that class we teach that Google not only searches all things Google, it searches everything when it's looking for you. So when it's trying to verify you, when it's trying to look at where your audience is and that you're a real person, it looks at all your stuff. It sees how you're interacting with your clients, and it judges that. That algorithm judges that to how high you move up in somebody's Google search on it. Okay. Further off on that. This just tells you how penetrating the metaverse, I think they call it, is on the entire internet. So boosting here, doing ads here, is likely going to result in kind of boosting your searches, when people are searching for you elsewhere on other platforms. All right, now back to creating an ad. So let's start with step 1. Step 1 will be to choose your ad type. So let's go back to what we spoke about earlier. Facebook makes it easy to identify how you'd like to create your ad. So either manually, you want to do it automatically, or you want to do boost. You can do it, again, with automatic ads, which is great. To me, if you're just starting out with doing ads, this is definitely the way to go. But if you want to create one from scratch, you can do that. If you just want to boost a post you can even boost an Instagram post. Just make sure that your Instagram account is linked to your Facebook account. Make sure they're connected, and just choose which one. And then you just follow the prompts. Okay, step 2 will be identify your goal. There's a ton of options that you have. And so in order to create and successfully funnel users to whatever your call of action is, which is why we're we're creating all these ads so that you can convert them into sales. Here's where you will pick that goal. So you can choose again automatic. You want to get more calls, right? You want to get more website visitors, drive people to your website. You want to get more leads. Have people say, "Hey, I'm interested in doing this," or just get more DMs, get more messages, get more page likes. Have people call you directly. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can direct that's the way that you want this ad to do it. So it knows what you're looking to get them to do. Here's a bonus pro tip. Be sure to optimize your goal by having the follow-up already in place. Like if you know what your goal is going to be, make sure that you have your follow-up procedure set in place. The fortune, remember this, the fortune is in the follow-up. Okay, once you pick which ad you'd like to create, you'll then want to create the content and copy of your ad, right? Ideally, you'll need a few things. A description. Essentially, this is copywriting with keywords, and you can do a keyword search for your product or trending keywords. We're not going to go into that here. We have that on a couple of the other courses, and you can find that in a lot of different places, by the way. But using keywords that describe your ad. So as you can see our example, it says the spring market has arrived. The time is now to do blah, blah, blah. Media. So you have to choose, images or a video, depending upon if you're doing one listing. Let's say you're trying to do this with listings. If you're doing one listing or more listings, if you're going to do more listings, like here's my listings, and you've got a bunch of them, and you're that fortunate, awesome. But then you want to do maybe one pick per home, okay, and then your headline will be that ad, that address. If you're doing just one house, then you're going to have multiple pictures. I think you do up to 10 pictures. You're going to want to label, this is the kitchen, this is the basement, this is the bedroom, it's the master bedroom, it's the ensuite, whatever it is. Headline. So this is what's going to drive people. It can be the property address, but it's going to drive them to take the action that you want them to take. Again, this can just be a specific room, but just make sure that it's going to drive them where you want to drive them, and that's your call to action. How will people contact you? Do you want them to click here? Do you want to give them the website? Do you want to give them the property website or your website, or do you want them to call or DM you? However, whatever your call to action is, that's where you put it. It's up here. And by the way, that should be organized with your follow-up plan. So when you're looking at your follow-up plan, think about your call to action. What call to action is either easiest or works, best for you. Maybe you have your CRM integrated with that call to action. So here's an example of how you can showcase new listings coming on the market with Facebook ads. You're able to, again, upload 10, I think it's 10 in a single ad, 10 pictures. Okay, next, let's set your audience. Who are you doing this for? Who are you doing it to? Who do you want to attract? So the ads, keep in mind before that, the ads manager will probably prompt you to set your special ad category to housing. Make sure you do that prior to setting your audience. So you're going to click the little pencil button, which is here. I'm sorry, the arrow hit it. To select the following, right? You're going to select, location. Targeting is a minimum of a 10-mile radius, maximum of 50-mile radius. Interest, behaviors, reference back to our previous section for the best interests and behaviors to select for housing ads. But you're going to do that for the audience that best suits this particular ad. People you choose to targeting, people who like your page. Figure out what you're looking for. And some of this is going to be an experiment. That's why I say you'll need a little money to start out. Okay, a little bonus, custom audiences. Try these custom audience options. So when you design a Facebook ad, you can target who you want to see your ad. with detailed specificity. Ooh, specificity. Yes, try and say that fast 3 times. As you know, as much as we saw on the other slide. So this gets a little bit more into it, into the really nitty gritty, the step by step. This data is based on their actions online and their characteristics listed in their social profiles. It actually goes through there. It's based on what they like, what their content that they engage with, what they click on, etc. So here's a few audiences that you can try. So you can target website visitors through your Meta Pixel. We're going to go deeper into this in a few slides, and it gets a little complicated. But if you install the Meta Pixel, formerly known as a Facebook Pixel, on your website, and it's been collecting data for a while, you can use this data in your Facebook Ads Manager. It'll help you target, because the Pixel collects data from everyone who visits your website and can correlate that to users, other users on Facebook. Then you can create an ad campaign that is for these users. It's incredibly targeted advertising for people who've already engaged with your brand through visiting your website. And it's much easier to sell to people who are already engaged with you. Two, you can target your Facebook and Instagram followers. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but now the algorithm really doesn't give a high percentage of your content. It doesn't shoot it out automatically to your current Facebook and Instagram users. You know, it figures, and rightly so, that it's not so much your people that want to see this, it's helping you build your audience. So it's trying to shoot it out to other people, because people that are already following you are already following you. They like you already. It wants you to get more people to like you, which is, you know, in some sense our goal. So, but if it's something that you think, hey, I already have people, these people that are following me, these people that click on my ads, you know, this allows you to do that, to target those people specifically. Also, it can target your database. So we just had a course on database marketing for realtors, which is really intense and involved, but it's a great course. And this is, you know, some of the stuff that you get to use, and it really shows you how. So you can take your database of people who may fit what you're looking for in this ad, and you can upload them to the ad manager, and it will target them as well. You can target people who've watched your videos. You can even create, in some sense, a lookalike audience. When you're ready to target, you know, brand new clients that have never heard of you before or not familiar with you, you can use an audience, you know, who's already following you, and use their behaviors, and it will do that. And, you know, say, okay, let's go to, you know, if Bucks County, I'm sorry, if a suburb of a major city that you're based on, you know, exhibited behavior that they would go for a rancher, which you don't find in the center of town, right? Maybe it would go for the next county over. So it'll do that. So it'll take the same user characteristics and find similar people who may also want to do business with you, just in a different area. Okay, step 5, set the length and duration of the time you'd like to run your ad. I want to caution you here. Facebook likes to make money. So sometimes you'll see it default to run this ad continuously. And if you're choosing $15 a day, you're going to pay a pretty penny, and you won't even find out till, you know, day 35 or 40 when you get your next, you know, credit card statement. You go, oh, there's $500 I spent on an ad I didn't even know, because I think it defaults to. So always change that to choose when or when. Keep that, you know, in mind, so that you're not spending money needlessly. You don't want to, you know, use your last dollar and go into debt unless it's already a proven ad. Again, just be careful with this. But this gives you the opportunity to set how many days you want. Um, ads perform best usually when they're run 10 to 14 days. Depends upon the type of ad, though. Like if you're doing a new listing that's about to come on or is coming on, and you want to do an ad for it, I would usually do it 8 to 10 days before the open house, and then continuously like 4 days after that open house if you're having one. And we did a class on that, and why you should have 3 open houses actually, but that's a different story. Um, so, and set your budget, figure out what your budget's going to be. Is it going to be, $10 a day for 14 days? It's $140. It's going to be $15 a day for 30 days, which is $450. Figure that out, mess around with that, play around with it. You can either, do less money for a longer period of time, see how it works out. Some of that is, not a guarantee. It depends upon who your target audience is. But you'll get great feedback and data from the ads manager, and which we go into now. And once you've got all that done, so those 5 steps, then you click promote now. But wait, you're not quite there. You might think you're there, but you're not quite there. Your new ad then goes into the review process. Yes, where it either be approved or rejected. Approved ads have complied with Facebook's advertising policy. Once approved, you'll get a notification letting you know that your ad is running. You can then track your ad's progress through the ads manager. However, if you get rejected, well, there's a few reasons why this could happen, right? And it's not always easy to know. This is probably the most frustrating part for me, and I think for many others, of advertising. Why did my ad get rejected? So we're going to go over a couple of reasons that this usually happens. Number one is your ad does just not comply with their advertising guidelines. And again, you can DM me, or I'm going to see if I can do a link on this later on to see. And maybe can I do this here? But you know what? You can DM me. I'll see if we can add a link to this later on if you can't find the link. Or your ad is, and it'll give you, it's their advertising guidelines. It's a great resource, by the way. So the other reason is your ad's misleading. It's misleading users with maybe a fake promotional, like win a car or something like that, that you've no chance of giving out. And the bots, there's actually, bots like there is everywhere now that review these ads, and AI that's reviewing these ads. And if they sense any promotional giveaway terminology, there's a chance it'll be rejected, which, I like. I've had mixed success in that because I like giving away, like click here to get your free guideline on how to prepare your house for listing, or here's the top 10, click here to get the top 10 reasons people get their loans refused, stuff like that, or rejected. Or it can also be something which is not as clear. Your ads assuming the behavior of your audience. Example, looking to buy a home, looking to sell your home. So if you're asking that question in the caption section of the ad, like, if you're looking at home or you're looking to buy, this substantially will increase the likelihood of rejection. And last but not least, your image or your video has too much text in that box. So if you have too much text with your image, and I don't know why this does it, but it rejects it. So just be aware it can be something like that. We don't see it as often, but we thought we mentioned it. We see it often enough. Despite all of that, the good news is it's easy to edit that stuff out and try again. There's no limit on the amount of times you can try. So you can you can edit and resubmit your ad for review and approval as many times as you want. Don't get discouraged. In the beginning, it's kind of frustrating, but there's plenty of tools and tips and online resources that will guide you through that process. So now that your ad is created and running, let's talk about how you can analyze it to get the most out of your time and the money that you're spending on your ad. Okay, first, where do you go? Ads Manager. So to access your Ads Manager on the way you access it, by the way, is, if you're not aware, you go in your personal Facebook homepage and see these little dots there and the green arrow there. You can do that. So just click there, go to the little dots, and it'll be under the professional tools section. You'll see Ads Manager. You can click on that, and if you don't click it, you can click See All, and that'll help you too. So here's some of the key performance indicators that you can and should use to analyze your data. There's a virtual plethora of information here. So there's a lot to go through. And we're just going to concentrate on these 4 areas. Performance. Again, this chart, when you get to the performance chart, shows how many link clicks you have, how many people you've actually reached, and the amount you spent. If you scroll over the line chart, you'll see the individual results for any one of those metrics or any specific day. And listen, you may find that your ads go better on Sundays. Depends what you're advertising, or Saturdays. And that will be reflected on the chart as well. Click custom to isolate certain metrics. You can do that. Next is demographics. So demographics chart shows how your ad performed across different locations, ages, genders. You can scroll over each section, which we'll show you, and see individual age sections. So remember before when I said you can't discriminate, you can't put, hey, I want my ads to reach 24 to 30-year-old. You can't do that. However, what you can do is go in afterwards and see if you created an ad that hits a specific demographic more than others. And that way, that's the way you can kind of retarget and refine your ads and to reach the demographic that you're trying to reach. So you can scroll over each section to see the individual results for each age group, and you can filter them from the top. There's a lot you can do with that. Platform. So the platform tab shows you how your ad performed across all the platforms. So how did it do on Facebook? How did it do on Instagram if it went there? Messenger. Did it do well in Marketplace? It'll show you how it did across the the mobile news feed. You can view like the data, like impressions you've got, the reach, and the amount spent across each one of those platforms. You can also compare data from even, did it do better on phones, or did it do better? Did a specific ad do better on laptop or desktop? Which can be helpful, because there are certain ways that you put your ads to tell, like I can configure an ad to show up better on mobile than it'll show up on than desktop or laptop. And delivery. Here you'll see it's predicted. You know how when you put this ad in and they say, well, if you spend this much money, you can expect to reach 600 people, 800 people, to 1,100 people, whatever that metric is, versus actually what happened. Okay, you said I'd reach 600. Did it reach 600, or wow, did it reach 1,500? That'll tell you there. So here's the screenshot of what the Ads Manager looks like on the back end, right? So you'll be able to sort through your performance metrics by clicking the columns performance on the top right of each corner. So you can do that. Here's another example of what you can expect to see when you analyze your metrics. You'll see all these different columns, right? Results, reach, impressions, cost per result, amount spent, all those different tools. You'll be able to analyze all of them. And this is simply a fantastic breakdown of who you're reaching. This tells you specifically who you're reaching and who you're not reaching. So let's talk about retargeting. Once your ad has run its course, uh, however many days that you have chosen, you'll have the option to retarget. What does that mean by retarget? So you can retarget users who engaged with it but didn't take the prescribed action, didn't flow down that funnel, didn't take the action that you wanted, your call to action. So, and again, you can choose how to retarget them. People that clicked on it for 3 seconds, people that clicked on it for 10 seconds, watch for 20, watch 25%, watch 90% of it. So the purpose of retargeting is to get back in front of those people who expressed some interest in your content, who were already engaged with it, but didn't follow through with it. So again, these are people that are very likely interested, but for whatever reason, they were, in the middle of doing something else, and they just took a break and didn't have enough time to really look at what your ad was and click through and do all that. And you can remind them, hey, you like this, here it is again. So again, that's what retargeting is. You can do this through the Ads Manager and create a custom audience by installing your Facebook Pixel, which again, we're going to do very shortly. This is really a good, best practice and should be part of your follow-up. Here it is, the MetaPixel. So now we can get back to the MetaPixel as we promised. Here's a formal definition of the MetaPixel by Facebook. The MetaPixel is a piece of JavaScript code for your website that enables you to measure, optimize, and build audiences for your ad campaigns. Using the MetaPixel, you can leverage the actions that people take on your website across devices to inform and post more effective advertising campaigns. Wow, that's a mouthful. And then here, how to install the MetaPixel. Again, you probably won't be able to click on this here, but if you DM me, reach out to me, I will make sure that you get that. And I may even do a little video on that. In real estate, what all that jargon means is it means that you can use this pixel to track the activities of Facebook users who visit your website. So this way you can get, you can better target, and advertise to them. So if somebody visits your website and, clicks a link, visits your website through one of your ads, this enables Meta to track that. And it's as simple as that. That's the best explanation. But there's a lot more that it can do. You'll have to add and install the Facebook Pixel onto your website in order for it to work and accurately track activity. And again, will reach out to me and I can show you how to do that. Okay, and here's some of the ways to leverage the MetaPixel in your real estate focused ad strategy. So show ads to the right people, find new customers or people who have visited a specific page or taking a desired action on your website. Gives you a lot of information on them, and directs people to that. So drive more sales, set up automatic bidding to reach people who are more likely to take an action that you care about, like making a purchase, like finding those people. That pixel can help you do that. And it helps you measure the result of your ads to better understand the impact of your ads, measuring what happens when people see them. What do they do? Did they scroll? Do they sit on there for a while? Did they, look at half of it? What do they do? Again, people who already engage with you in some form are more likely to convert to warm leads and become, future clients. Are they seeing, number 3 here is, are they seeing the ad and scrolling? Or are they taking a specific action? The MetaPixel is really helpful in distinguishing that for you. Okay, by the way, I keep saying, reach DM me, and you're going, where? This is my link page. Again, take a little screenshot of this and you can send it to yourself later on, and then you can get the QR code. This is how to reach me on Google and you'll see the classes that I've done and just general customer reviews. Facebook, Instagram, the YouTube channel, Home Buying You with Kevin Bergeau. And again, you can get me everywhere except for X, which I'm not going to join, and TikTok, which I'm still waiting to see what happens there. So, and this way also, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. So best practices. We're in the home stretch. Thank you for hanging in there. That's great. We've just got a couple more minutes to go. And I know this is a tremendous amount of info and it's not quite as sexy as actually getting a sale, but this is the stuff that leads to it. So this is the really important path that you should be taking in order if you're using social media to get more deals, basically. So now that your ad is created and running, let's talk about how you can analyze the results and analyze the data to get the most out of the ads that you're going to do in the future. So here's a quick checklist of all things that you can do to optimize your advertising and the time that you're spending and the money that you're spending. I recall that what we said earlier, the fortune of this is in the following. So number one, be human. People do business with those people they can identify with in some form and who they perceive as knowledgeable. Humanize your ads with emojis and write your ads in the first person. By the way, the two mantras and goals that I have for all marketing are number one, you want to get people to know you, like you, and trust you. Number two, you want to start a conversation. Conversations lead to contracts. Okay, enough of that. Have a marketing funnel. Figure out where you're trying to move people to. Have it top, middle, bottom. Have it all the way through. Make sure your graphics are good, high quality. Don't use fuzzy images unless it's part of something that is specific to your ad that you want it to be fuzzy. Don't have a ton of text in it. Content first. Always add blogs, vlogs, articles if you have articles that support your statements that you're speaking about. Again, in the database marketing for realtors that I did that's online, I used Tom Ferry because a lot of the stuff that I was talking about, he had actually proven, and it was kind of the basis for that, one of the bases for that particular class. Customer journey. So what do people coming to your area do when they do that? Or what do they do when they're in your town or your city or your suburb? Relate to them in your follow-up and in your ad. Okay, let's not forget the most important thing, that what mostly going to go into that is it takes being patient. It really does. It's difficult to do. It's a little frustrating. It's like, fumbling your way through in the beginning. But as you do this more and as you analyze it, which is really, really one of the most important things you do, you'll get better at this and you'll get better results. You can get to a point within, 5, 4, 6 months where you're getting a good expertise and you're getting good ROI on these ads. Again, don't get discouraged early on if you're not converting leads right away. It takes at least 60 to 90 days. So give it that long before you're going to see any real appreciable return on investment. All right, as I said before, we're going to show you examples. So as promised, there's two great ad examples. This is from Smart Alto. So that show compelling copy. Our team provides you the resources and the market knowledge you need to move best. And you can see they use emojis. They give a call to action, schedule a listing consultation, send message. So they got great images, bold headlines. You have the ability to redirect users to Messenger or wherever you want to, whatever you want them to, your call to action to be. Or maybe you want them to download a freebie so you get their email address and other information from them. Download, here's a list of the 10 things that you should avoid doing when searching for your first home, or here's what you should do first. Here's the steps, whatever it is. Again, you can use that to get that done. It's a good tool for lead generation too. It's also good to point out that you can get creative with the content you choose to advertise. Download your real estate market report now. Boom, hit more and give a nice picture of your market report. Just sold, stuff like that that you'll see. Existing blogs that you have, how to direct people to them. The things that are on your website. Again, these are all win-wins, different ways to do that. There's so many different types of effective ads that you can really run. And it's important to note that you don't have to be shy. Share your wins. You're in sales. You need to get out there and tell people what you can do for them. You may be amazing and very good at what you do, and you may get excellent results when you get clients. But if you don't tell enough people about it, you're not going to have clients. So only 3 people are going to know how good you really are. It's important to know, again, share your wins. You can share testimonials. So it's not you bragging, it's other people bragging about you. Positive reviews. Showcase your buyers with their permission, and never underestimate a good story. People love a good story. Uh, you know, Showcase an issue, how you came up with a resolution to that issue or a solution to that issue, and show the good end result. So they're all great things. So as we close our session, let's revisit some of our key takeaways. Set your goal and budget. Understand why you are advertising and how much money you have to spend. Make sure that you select your special ad category before launching your ad, because otherwise it's just going to get rejected. Content is king. Take time crafting compelling content, including media and copy. So now, and call to action. So also remember, this is stuff that you can use again and again. I have ads, I do 8 or 9 classes, and I just do slightly different versions in my ads. I find that what's working, and I do different versions of it. Or sometimes, I do like the class that we teach on GPT. Well, that changes every year. We do a new class. So every year, I use basically the same formatted ad, because we do it once a year, at least that class. And most important, analyze your data. Use it to enhance your ads moving forward. So I don't know what your top takeaways are. Think about that. What good ideas you got from today. Jot them down. If you want to see this again, go to, again, Home Buying You with Kevin Burjou. There's a specific channel on there, playlist rather, on there, that is all classes for realtors. And this will be up there probably tomorrow. And let me know if there's, and this is a way to do that. So by the way, comes from the Google class. If you enjoyed today's content, if you got something out of it, please reach out to me. Give us a good review. It's very, very helpful. And in that review, you can say, hey, I'd like to know this, because sometimes I think, I've made classes or subscribed to classes and taught classes that I think are going to be interesting to people. But it's been a long time since I've been a realtor. I went to the mortgage space a while ago. But you may have something that's come up, when people really needed to know about what was going on with all the new changes with commissions. We did a class on that. Enough people asked. So if you found it valuable, please leave a review. If you'd like more help, we're looking to partner with agents. I am in the mortgage space. We are a partner who wants to help make you, help you grow your business, and not just become dependent on someone like me or or somebody else who's just willing to pay for ads. We really want to help you do this yourself so that you're dependent on no one except for you. Um, so we help you grow your brand, and I know that's also what Alpha is up to as well. So I look forward to helping you get more business. We've got more classes. Again, you'll see them come to you if you register. And that's it. Thank you so much. Sorry we went a couple minutes over, but thank you for spending the time today, and we hope to see you soon. Take care. Have a great day.